Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm an OCD recovery coach with more than 10 years of experience helping people recover from OCD. Prior to that, I had severe OCD myself that I fully recovered from, and as do my clients. So if you wonder, can you fully recover from OCD? Absolutely, yes, you can. Today, I wanted to talk to you about a game changer in OCD recovery that you are not doing. And this is definitely something that I found over the years of working with clients. It didn't just come about, it literally organically came to me as we were doing recovery work with clients. It's very important for you to be accountable. Online, a lot of the times you have this story of well, just be you, well, you're suffering, well, it's okay. And I don't specifically like that approach because it becomes a very passive approach where you allow yourself to continue to fall down. And of course, there is a huge need for support and there's a huge need for acceptance. But if acceptance becomes not doing recovery work and accepting the suffering, you know what I mean? Because I see this a lot, some of the memes, some of the posts will kind of mimic that message of, well, this is what it is. And believe me, this is not what it is. You don't have to suffer. I've myself personally, never mind my clients, but myself personally, had severe OCD and recovered. And I can see with clients every single day I'm talking to people, I see the same story that people who are proactive, who are like, Ali, I'm on this, I'm doing recovery work no matter what, I'm accountable, here's my tracking. Again, I always put the tracking up here. You want to use the app, but you can put it, literally copy this whole screen on a piece of paper or in a notebook or on your notes app on your phone and do it that way. But the accountability, it's not even important, it's vital, because there's no way anybody suffering with OCD can tell me that if they're ruminating 180 minutes each 3 hours, so 3 hours out of 3 hours, you will not be able to reduce by 1 minute. By 1 minute. So 1 minute where you're like, no matter what, I'm not ruminating. And 1 minute may not seem like much, but it actually changes little by little the chemistry of your brain, of how your brain is processing information. So you do 1 minute less today, 2 minutes less tomorrow. Even at this snail speed, you will still get there in 180 days. But you will only get there in 180 days if you have accountability. So, accountability needs to be your top priority, sticking with the tracking. I find that it's very, very difficult, and I can see why my own recovery journey, because this all came to me way after I recovered myself. My recovery journey was not, for the most part, tracked in any way. So I was doing this shuffle of, one step forward, one step back. Today I'm doing recovery work, tomorrow I'm not doing. Oh, I feel bad, I fell down, laid in bed for the entire day ruminating, right? Then you finally pick yourself up, but the damage is done. Now you dig yourself for a week out of the damage. I mean, I'm probably telling all of your guys' story because it's all of our story. It's my story, it's your story. And I'm telling you to not continue this story, make that accountability. And another actually gem of accountability is when you start to do recovery work consistently, even if, again, just by 1 minute, you start to feel good about yourself. You feel like there is a system, you feel like you're on track, your self-esteem goes up. Because a lot of the times with OCD, people lose self-esteem massively because you're saying, well, I'm failing, I'm not doing well, I'm never going to recover, and all of this, rather than, hey, I did 1 minute less yesterday, I did the 1 minute less before that. I'm on track, and in 180 days, I'll be to 0 minutes. And as you are reducing, and I'm just saying, like, literally worst case scenario, as you are reducing this, you will start to feel better because the brain is adjusting. So, this is 1 minute, 5 minutes, 20 minutes that you're not taking it seriously. And again, there is no reason why you cannot figure out a way not to ruminate for 60 seconds in every 3 hour time period. The only reason why you wouldn't is if you're not on the ball with the tracking. Now, some tips for the tracking. You need reminders. I always tell clients, put a reminder on your phone. iPhone has reminders app. I'm not sure what Android has, but probably something similar. There's plenty of apps in app stores that do reminders, that will tell you each 3 hours, track the time. And with the tracking of the time, it can't be a log. This is another area where people fall down, that you literally need to have in your mind, what's the number today? 170 for every time period max. Bam, done. Tomorrow, 160. Bam, done. If you're going by 10 minutes, right? So you have that first and foremost. That is your top priority, not nothing else, because as you know, if you make other things your priority, those things will start to fall apart pretty darn quick if the OCD is not on the ball, right? So, oh, believe me, from personal experience, from experience of all my clients, you think your relationship is your priority, you think your job is your priority, good luck with that if you don't have OCD, right? If you have OCD attack, rather. So you need to make these numbers and reducing your top priority, not logging, but actively reducing by 1 minute, by 5 minutes, by 10 minutes, whatever you want. And another mistake I always see with clients is when they're starting out, especially, is the all or nothing mentality. Well, if I can't refuse all the thoughts, then I shouldn't do recovery work because I will never recover. No, it is just incrementally, because as you're doing that, your brain changes. And don't log how you're feeling. Don't view that as your measuring stick of, well, how am I feeling today? Because you can get stuck on that, and I see a lot of people get stuck on that. Your brain will adjust. You just need to focus on your actions, because when you have OCD, you don't actually have that much energy even left to deal with things. So all your energy has to go into reacting correctly, not into worrying about how you feel, which in itself can become a big obsession and a big compulsion. So don't go there. How you feel will fix itself as long as you stay on the schedule. So literally right now, again, people are like, oh, it's whatever, some way to sell an app or something like that. Literally, don't buy the app. I'm telling you, don't buy it. Get a piece of paper and literally write out day one. What's today? February the 8th. February 11th. February 11th, my goal number is this. February 12th, my goal number per every 3 hours is this. And you will see that trajectory. You will get to zero rumination. And OCD will not survive without rumination. That's the fuel that it needs. So this is totally, completely doable. But it will only be doable if you stay on the ball every single day and do this. I wish, I honestly, it's just kind of like a side personal note, I really wish I knew about this years ago when I was going through OCD recovery, because my recovery would have been so much faster. But this is the thing is, we adjust, and I guess we learn, and and I can tell you, it really does work. Also, another thing about the rumination, when I work with clients, and I find this is very important. So if you're doing this on your own, this is the video for you, because I know a lot of people can't afford it. A lot of people just don't want to share their thoughts and everything. So if you're doing it on your own, what I want you to do is track it just like it has on the app. Just again, not trying to sell you anything, just copy it over but track it that way. Because if you track it that way, then you can see in which 3 hour time period you're generally doing worse. For most people, I would say for probably 70% of clients, if not more, it's mornings. For some people, it's night. But for most people, it's mornings, where you could see the numbers are probably double in the morning than they are in the rest of the times of the day. So that way, if you know that this is your peculiarity of OCD, then okay, I have to lower it in the morning. You go into the morning like a warrior, like a champion, like, all right, OCD, bring it on. Bring on your usual nonsense. Let's see, I'm not going to buy into it this time. And you will start to see that, hey, I'm not feeling so bad. I had a good day. I remember, again, I wasn't tracking, but when I started to disregard, just literally by chance it happened. I think I told the story somewhere in the videos, but anyway, I don't want to go into it for too long, but by chance I disregarded, and I felt that relief for a whole, I know it sounds so sad now, but for a whole 15 minutes, I felt relief. And you have to understand that before that relief, I literally had nonstop OCD for, I don't know, a few years, where it was just pummeling. I had OCD probably since I was little, but those few years where there was no break, like there was no 15 minutes. And that when I started to disregard, I was like, what did I do? I felt relief. I don't feel as, it just like lifted. And then it came right back, of course, after the 15 minutes, but it worked. So you'll start to see these pockets in the day where maybe you got, busy with something and whatever, doesn't matter. But OCD let go a little bit, and those pockets will grow and grow and grow again as you are reducing the time. The rumination is OCD's only fuel, and physical compulsions if you're doing that. But physical compulsion is kind of still, within rumination parameters because you're still thinking about it, you're still obsessing, right? But that's all it needs to keep running. That's all it needs. So if you take all that away, it's got nothing. You won. So it's little battles to win the big war. You know what I mean? That's all it is every single day. I'm with you. You can do this. If I did it, and I'm not the most strong-willed person, I know people are like, yeah, you are. Like, believe me, I'm not. And if I can claw my way, literally crawl and claw my way to it, nobody, when I was doing recovery, or believe me, I wasn't running towards recovery. I was crawling and clawing and all of that, and crying my way, walking down the street. All that happened. Believe me, all that happened. And family suffered with it, and the whole bit. So if I can do this, you definitely can. I believe in you. I hope you find this video helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. I will be back with regular videos. I just was a little bit too caught up in the sessions, but I'm back now, so I will be back with another video. The forum is available through youhaveocd.com, as is the sessions. We will also be doing more coaching programs where we're going to be training coaches. So that's all on visit youhaveocd.com for more information. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching.